Welcome to today's video, where we'll be discussing an important topic that affects many developers working with SQL databases. Have you ever encountered a situation where your JsonValue field is being treated as if it's always a string, even when you know it contains more complex data? This can be frustrating and lead to errors in your application. In this video, we'll explore why this happens and what it means for your development work. We'll delve into the world of SQLx and its treatment of JsonValue fields, explaining the underlying concepts and providing examples to help illustrate the point. By the end of this video, you'll have a deeper understanding of how SQLx handles JsonValue fields and be better equipped to handle these situations in your own project. So, let's start with the basics. About the basic. When working with JSON data in a SQL database, it's essential to understand how the database engine interprets this data. In the case of SQLx, it treats JsonValue fields as if they are always string. But what does this mean exactly? In essence, when you store JSON data in a column marked as JsonValue, SQLx will not attempt to parse or validate the data as JSON. Instead, it will simply treat it as a string, much like any other text-based data type. This means that even if your JSON data contains complex structures, such as nested objects or arrays, SQLx will not recognize these structures and will instead see only a flat string. This behavior can lead to issues when querying or manipulating the data, especially if you are expecting SQLx to understand the underlying structure of the JSON data. For example, if you try to use a JSON-specific function on a JsonValue field, it may not behave as expected because SQLx is treating the data as a string. To illustrate this point, let's consider an example. Suppose we have a table with a column marked as JsonValue, and we insert some sample JSON data into this column. If we then try to query this data using a JSON-specific function, such as extracting a specific property from the JSON object, SQLx may not be able to perform this operation correctly. So what are the essential points to take away from this discussion? Firstly, it's crucial to understand that SQLx treats JsonValue fields as if they are always strings. This means that even if your JSON data contains complex structures, SQLx will not recognize these structures and will instead see only a flat string. Secondly, this behavior can lead to issues when querying or manipulating the data, especially if you're expecting SQLx to understand the underlying structure of the JSON data. Finally, it's essential to be aware of these limitations when working with JsonValue fields in SQLx and plan your development work accordingly. In understanding how SQLx treats JsonValue fields is vital for any developer working with JSON data in a SQL database. By recognizing that SQLx always treats these fields as strings, you can avoid potential pitfalls and ensure that your application behaves correctly. If you have any questions or comments about this topic, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you and engage in further discussion. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, and consider subscribing to our channel for more content on SQL and related topics. Thank you for watching.